Now, load cells, as we have discussed in the past, basically use strain gauges out on the edges of a roll, out on the ends of a roll, and measure the weight, the theoretical weight that's applied to a roll as you add or subtract tension. And load cells are very simple to operate because the machine operator will walk up to a load cell control and input on a keypad or something similar how much tension they want on the web. And generally there's a readout. So let's say you want 50 pounds, you dial in 50 pounds into the load cell and load cell control, and literally all the load cell control does is it measures the actual weight on this roller and changes the torque output of some drive mechanism to keep that weight constant. So you have a set point, let's say it's 50 pounds, and some external condition, or as the unwind's getting smaller, something changes that torque, or changes the weight to, let's say, 49 pounds or 51 pounds. The load cell will immediately make a change, will tell the control to make a change to a drive mechanism to keep the web tension, the actual web tension, as close as possible to the set point. So that is that's the closed loop feature of the load cell. That's how it works. It's a very simple method of controlling tension in the web. Advantages to load cells is they are very accurate. Tension control at the unwind, you can use them at the unwind, you can use them at the rewind or internal zones. You have a lot of choices when it comes to load cells. There's a lot of manufacturers out there, a lot of people making them. They're very accepted in all facets of converting, everything from high speed to slow speed, wide web, narrow web. You can get PLC interfaces if you want to get data acquisition from your load cells. Load cells today have auto-tune features which simplify the calibration process and simplify the initial setup process. Today, load cells are relatively inexpensive. They're relatively simple. They're easy to get. It's easy to install load cells. You just generally install them at any idler roll position in your machine wherever you want tension control. And really, load cells are to put into an existing process is probably the easiest to put into an existing process because there's minimal modifications required, required to put them in. You just have to, again, mount them where there's an existing roller in your machine. Disadvantages to load cell. The biggest disadvantage, in my opinion, is there's no mechanical web storage. So they can be, I'm not saying that they always are, but they can be unstable, especially at the unwind and rewind zones, because a load cell's travel might be 15 thousandths of an inch. In other words, the sensing range of the load cell from the most amount of weight it can detect to the minimal amount of weight it can detect maybe 15 thousandths of an inch or less. And what you're trying to do is control a very large ratio, especially at the unwind and the rewind zones, in a very small span. And so they can be unstable, and there is no web storage, so that makes them also even more unstable.